What's up? What's up? Good morning, Soul Warriors. It is me, LC, founder of Hope and Recovery Network, your host for the Rise Up Recovery YouTube channel, and your host for the Recovery Soul Food podcast, available on all major podcast platforms. Yes, we made it to Apple, iTunes, podcasts. So please download Recovery Soul Food. And because we got some good stuff coming up, we're going to do a relaunch with the new name. And basically the theme is the same. Oops. And but we're going to do a relaunch with some amazing guests. Launching it off, kicking it off is going to be our good friend and brother Max Naist with talking about his book Fearless Happiness. If you don't have the book, please get it. It's available on Amazon. Good morning, Kelly. Also, as well, we're going to do a giveaway. We're going to do a giveaway after the premiere of that episode. We're going to do a giveaway of that book as well. So we'll have more information about that coming up. But right now, let's get into Motivation Monday live with LC. Hey guys, if you can share this out. Again, we're on StreamYard, so it's kind of difficult for me to share it out the way you amazing warriors can. And I'm also going to, if you can and you feel led to do so, then start a watch party in your group. You know, that's a great way to let people kind of just be cruising by and check out our message because, oh, we got one. Oh, we got one. Good morning, Kelly and Debbie. I can't see everybody either, so please, put it, please. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. So we got stuff going on. Debbie, I can't see everybody either, okay, so let me turn that down. You guys know I'm tech. I can't even use the word because the word it's not. I guess it's not politically correct, but I am technically challenged. Good morning, Haley and Jacqueline. So I hope everybody is staying well, safe during this whole thing. I know everybody's talking about it. Good morning, Maureen. I know everybody's talking a lot about it, but I just want to make sure that that we stay in a perspective that brings us the best and the blessings out of all this. You know that I'm going to talk to you about finding the message in the mess. It is what I stand for. It's what I live for. It's what I do because I lived in the mess for far too long. Let me tell you, we all know what living in the mess is like. And so at a certain point in our lives, especially if we are blessed to be in recovery, it means that we have now taken the opportunity of this second chance at life and decided, I'm going to see what this daggum thing is about. I am going to see exactly what I'm here for, what I'm designed for, and I'm going to go all out. And when you decide to live full out in your own world, your own life, then you have to be constantly searching for the opportunity in the opposition. And so really for this Motivation Monday, I want us to really talk about that. Also, like I wrote in the description, I want this to be kind of an interactive meeting as well. Now, it's going to be a little bit difficult since I can't quite respond to some of the comments over here. Won't get into why. Probably user error. But we're still going to be kind of interactive because look, when we make a solid, determined choice, because really right now you're in the midst of variables that you cannot control. We cannot control. We cannot control who gets this thing. We cannot control who is not responsible who goes out sick, or, we cannot control even the slightest hint of any of this. But there is one thing and one thing only that we can control, and that is our perspective on all of it. And the only way for us to make it through this and come out on the other side having grown from it, because that's what we're trying to do in recovery, is grow from the opposition. The only way we can get through it and grow from it is if we are continuously digging around in the opposition to find the opportunities. There's been a long time that I've been praying for the opportunity to move away from my very physical labored job that, sometimes pays well, sometimes doesn't, and move more into a career within my purpose. Well, rarely ever, when those things are being, asked for and prayed for, and rarely ever is there like somebody in a cape that walks up to you, with this contract that says, here, sign here, and I'm going to make all your dreams come true. Doesn't happen that way. And we'll miss it if we're expecting our opportunities to be dressed neatly in something we can recognize. Many times it comes in stages and steps. So my jump into the career of my dreams is going to come off the cusp of COVID-19. But if I'm not looking in this opposition for an opportunity, or if my perspective is not set to growth, I won't see that. Because here's the choice. I can sit right here in this same spot and say, what am I going to do? 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 And I'm never, ever going to get the answer. I'm never going to get the answer like that, because all of my energy is tied up into the lack, the scarcity, the being scared, the feeling of I'm not going to have enough. And where your focus goes, your energy flows. So if all your energy is going into the worry or the problem, then you cannot ride both fences. You cannot be committed to the problem and committed to the growth or the opportunity at the same time. So it comes down to us deciding ahead of time that we are going to dig in the opposition to find the opportunities. That way, when you make a solid decision and choice before you go in or get in there, you have a more solid foundation to stand from. If you go into an opposition half-hearted and kind of like, well, we'll just see, I'm going to go with my gut, many times you just get run over and then lay in there going, why didn't you tell me? So much of this is really up to us and what we choose to do here. And I'm extremely interested in what you all are choosing to do. Like I'd love to see even just one comment, one thing one opportunity that you are finding during all of this madness. And so if you don't mind, drop them down in the comments. And, because I think that we're here always to learn from each other. And if we can't do that, then, I'm not even sure what we're doing here. So please, I really, from my heart, want to hear your opportunities. Good morning, Sam, my Sam. Max, good morning, brother. I can't wait until Saturday, until we do this interview. You are going to be our relaunch. We're going to launch with your interview. You're going to be our new spring launch. I am honored to have you. Guys, again, If you can, get over to Amazon.com, order Fearless Happiness by Max Naist. I'm probably still not saying it right. You'll correct me. And oh, thank you, Maureen. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So there are some meetings every day and evening in Zoom for addiction warriors. So, what an amazing thing. What an amazing thing. There already is an opportunity because recovery warriors, man, we are determined, and we will gain our resources regardless, because it's not enough to just sit by and say, well, nobody's having any meetings, I should just probably, try to wing it. Why struggle when there's not a necessity to do so? Like, that addiction to the struggle is so real, y'all. It is so absolutely real. It's so many times why we come into recovery and we manage to stay substance free, or whatever habit it is that you are recovering from. We manage to stay away from that. And yet we still have this life that's real rocky and falling apart and dramatic and all that stuff. It's because we're not understanding that our patterns are showing up, that substance wasn't the issue. It was just the thing that got you into recovery. But really, it's the patterns and beliefs underneath that keep us in that wheel. So let's see. Kelly Lynn says, incredible time to write and journal. Absolutely. Spend some time with her grandchildren and getting deep and clear perspective on daily thought life. Oh, I love that. What a beautiful way to stay focused in the opportunity, because it is. I want to tell you guys, I've talked about this a couple times, but it was probably in year 2, moving into year 3 of my recovery. No, it was year 2, 1 and 2. My wife was in the midst of a relapse. Our whole apartment complex was strung out, and we had dealers of every sort living in our complex. I got in a huge argument with my two best friends in the same week. It's like they both just went boom on me. And we had arguments, and all of a sudden I can remember the moment I was in my bed and I realized I'm alone. Whoa. I had never been alone with me before. I was still running from that same old, clattered mind and, that hamster wheel. And so I remember feeling this deep panic of, oh my God, what am I going to do? And it was a moment in time where healing began. I was forced to be with myself. I was forced to sit with my thoughts. I was forced to do that inventory. I was forced to reach for my higher power and to grow closer and closer in my spiritual walk and deepen my own foundation, because I had no choice. And we go back to the opportunity in the opposition. Now is a wonderful, amazing time for you to work through those things that scare you about being alone with you, those patterns that are going to continue to come up. You're going to be able to recognize, write them down, journal these things. I promise you, a year from now, because a year is going to go by whether you want it to or not. A year from now, you grab that notebook, you look back at this time, and I guarantee you that you will have seen some growth. And we talked about it last night with Lucia about the scale. Make sure you have a scale. You're not going to be perfect, because we are a work in progress, but you can surely scale yourself to the struggle you may experience now in some areas versus a year, 2 years, 3 years ago. So make sure that you're doing that. It's so vital in this time for us to be our own cheerleader, our own best friend, our own support system at certain times as well. But I'm telling you, reach out through here. Let us, don't let this stop your connections. Don't let this drive you into a place of fear where you hibernate and you alienate and then you isolate, because isolation becomes very troubling and it can get you in a place that is going to be hard to get out. So, yes, Maureen, service is amazing. Getting out and helping other people and doing these Zoom meetings. If you have a group, do some. If you have a group, or if you're a liver, do some lives. Get out there and make connections with people. Yes, Debbie, looking at my life and decluttering my head and home. Now that's that's one I need to get on top of too. I love you, Patty Vogel. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Patty Vogel is one of my favorite people walking earth today. Always a champion for LC and a warrior in my life. I love her so much. Listen, I like Kelly's the opportunity to spend invaluable time at home with my boys. Yes. Doesn't it give us time to really get down into those connections that we do have? I mean, look, again, perspective, choice. You get to choose. It's the only thing you can control is your choice of how you perceive your own life. This is not a surprise. You can trust your higher power that this is all in the cards. This is all what's supposed to be. And, it's a much better place to live, in a place of peace and of trust. Because again, worry has never paid one of my bills, nor has it ever put a meal in front of my family. It has lost me valuable time, and it has made me very, very, very physically sick. So along with your hand sanitizer and along with your gloves and your mask and all that stuff, remember, a healthy emotional attitude, a healthy mental perspective and attitude will also strengthen your immune system, probably far better than any vitamin or vaccine ever will. Ever. And, it's a beautiful time. I understand that a lot of people are going to, lose people that are close to them. A lot of people are going to get sick. We've had a warrior of our own, Lana Rossman, who's already beaten the COVID-19 virus. And so, it's beatable. So, woo! Look at us. Lucy Toots is in the house with 70 steps this morning. When y'all get off here, make sure that you go over and visit after the gym with Lucia Harper and catch her after her steps, because let's get out and share ourselves with each other. This is going to be a time for us to grow, baby. This could be our moment. This recovery movement steps out into the light, because what are we? We are a community full of creativity, amazing creativity. We are empaths. We are sensitive to others' needs. We are givers. We are, we get in service. We're growing humanity. I mean, who else do you want to know than somebody in recovery? You feel me? Every one of you are pretty dadgum awesome. And I don't want you to forget that right now, because, this is your time. And whatever dreams you've been sitting on, whatever things you've been saying, well, when I have the time, I'll do this. When I, get a break from work, I'll do this. Whatever those dreams are right now, take one step in the direction toward it and watch what happens in your world. Watch what happens in you. Just take one small step. Have you been sitting on a book you've been wanting to write? Have you been sitting on a video series you've been wanting to create? Have you been sitting on a podcast that you want to create? Sitting on artwork? Whatever. A letter you need to write to one of your family members? I mean, come on. Now's the time. And there will be no better time for you to step in to the path of your destiny. I'm telling you, it's a glorious time. Don't wait till this thing's over and you're back at work and going, dang, I wish I would have taken this time, this opportunity to do A, B, or C. Remember, guys, whatever mountain is being climbed, the climb doesn't get easier the closer you get to the top. The climb gets harder. Okay, but that is what makes getting to the top so absolutely amazing. We don't revel in things that are easy for us to gather. In fact, they'll make us happy for a moment and then we'll be right back looking for something else. It's these times and changes in our lives that we have to scratch for and scrounge for and climb for and dig in for, where we have to ignite that warrior spirit that I ain't giving in. This is what I'm doing. This is my destiny. When we get into that and you can dig in and climb, when you get to the top, and you will, because if you never quit, winning is inevitable. You will get there. And in trusting the process in the meantime, understand that everything's not going to come like that. And we've got to realize that that too is part of the lesson. When we're in recovery, our active addiction is instant gratification of the moment. And that takes a while to process out of, guys. So you're not doing it wrong if you're wanting it to happen right now. So don't get down on yourself because you're not doing it wrong. It's a natural progression through the process. So trust the process. Step towards your dreams. I can guarantee you these things because I'm going to tell you what. I live this every single day. I do. I live it every day. Everything I say to you comes from absolute experience. And I would never suggest anything for you that I have not done or am not doing in my life. So I give you those guarantees and I stand up behind them like Superman, baby, because I know they work. So take this time to take steps towards your dreams, no matter how small they are. No one gauges the scale of that. And just know that there is, without a doubt, many opportunities buried in this opposition. And if you'll keep your perspective just honed in on digging through the mess and finding your beautiful message, what you will become when this all clears the air is someone that you are going to be amazed with. Know that you are loved and supported, and I'm so grateful to get to spend this time with all of you. Thank you for being my connection to the world. Thank you for leaning your ear in to hear what I'd have to say this morning. I pray that it blesses you in any and every way possible. I ask you to share this out, and hopefully it will bless and touch someone else. Know that I'm going to be coming at you many different times this week. I will be on my schedule Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7:40. Since I'm not working, let's do 7:45. 7:45 a.m. Eastern time. But I'm going to be sneaking in on you in many different areas and times. So, just better watch out for me. And I'm going to be taping this. This week's, this week I'm going to be taping the Recovery Soul Food podcast with Max Naste, and we will be launching a big spring launch. You guys, I love you. Thank you for helping me grow this. It is a beautiful and amazing gift to me to be able to share with all of you. I love you. You guys head over to YouTube and catch After the Gym with Lucia Harper. Know that you guys are always in my prayers, always in my energy, and I adore you. Have an amazing Motivated Monday. Bye, guys.